Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Rex Rumpleby here with another episode of Ruthless Rex, the Stalker difficulty survival challenge of the Long Dark. We are here at Mystery Lake, and I think we're ready to build a wolfskin jacket today. So we're going to try to be productive in multiple ways while we do this. I think it takes quite a bit of time. Double check it real quick. 25 hours, so we're going to be in here for a full 2 days probably. I'm going to go get a bunch of firewood to start, and we're going to cook up anything that's not cooked, which apparently isn't anything. We should have enough food to take us through. And we need to make sure that we don't get cabin fever. I'm trying to think of a cave that we could go to that would allow us to recover from that if that does become a problem. And I'm not exactly sure where that would be. We could go back over towards the trapper's cabin and maybe use the cave that goes to Mystery Lake or Mountain Town, but I'm not 100% sure that that works as like an outside location. So we'll have to look at that a little bit more closely and try to think about maybe stepping outside and doing something else in between. I have a decent amount of water, but I'll probably start by boiling some water. And I don't really want to go like stray too far from the house here, so maybe I just chop this thing down. And it's pretty cold out here. It's going to take an hour. Is that a deer or is that a moose? Looks like a big deer. What am I holding? We could try our luck with their new bow. It's gonna waste time though. We've got the food for now. Just gonna get a couple more of these fallen limbs. And we'll get started on this project. Yeah, this one and then these sticks and we should be good. For at least a little while. We're not going to have a ton of fuel, considering how long this thing takes to make, but I could get this one more. Yeah, we're not even cold, so let's do it. "45 minutes, hopefully we don't get too hungry." Alright, that's pretty good. This deer is just asking to get shot. Get inside and eat some of the venison that we have cooked. I think I'm going to start with that bear. We seem to be able to eat like one every day or two without getting sick. So we'll just slowly supplement that into our diet so that not only are we using it, but hopefully becoming accustomed to it. But I think it's just a matter of getting cooking level 5 that clears that risk of parasites. So, got all the firewood that we need. I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to take all of this just so that we don't have to keep coming downstairs. And start by boiling some water. I should have just brought the whole dresser up. That would have been a better way to do this. It's okay. Alright, so let's double check we don't have a risk of parasites already. We're good there. So we'll eat the one bear meat and it will tell us we have a risk most likely. Yep, that's okay. We'll switch to venison. Get a fire going and start our project. We basically need like 2 hours to boil water. So we're not stopping, so just throw it all on there. Start with the fir, which is the heavy wood. And let's get to it. Pick these up again. Let's see, we just need the hunting knife. We need 4 cured guts. Did I leave those downstairs? No, they're right here. Okay, that should do it. We'll do it in 2-hour segments. And that way we can keep track of our water. This is going to be a long one. Alright. Trying to get rid of all of this stuff that we're not planning on cooking, so it doesn't keep asking me about it. Okay, that's going to take an hour. Another hour. Still got the fire going. It's going to be slow going, but it'll be cool when we have it. We're hoping that we can avoid cabin fever. Oops. Another hour. Okay, so we got an hour for the bear meat. and then we got another hour for the water. That's 46 minutes till boil. I think if I just do 1 liter, I can get kind of caught up on the cycle so that they're the same. Doesn't really matter, but probably stop cooking here so that we don't waste firewood if it gets too dark. 43 minutes. I think I can do like 1 more liter. And then it'll probably get dark on us. Might already be dark on us. Let's just try another hour. Okay. So I barely got away with that. And the water did boil, so that's good. Okay. I'm gonna head downstairs and put all this meat in its, actually gonna drop it so I can walk. And I'm gonna bring that dresser up here for easier transport. Although, actually I don't think that's necessary. We just drop some of this water. Could do like 4-liter stacks. Oops. Yeah, I'll hold on to that one. Okay. So let's see. Just gonna step outside and just try to like reset the cabin fever risk. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I don't know how that works. I could try to fix this sweater. I'm holding any cloth. Yeah. Should take an hour. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that helps. Just get some fresh air. I'm gonna sleep and we're gonna repeat. So I think he's got plenty of food to make it through the night. Oh, I wish you could cancel the sleep sometimes. So we had an Aurora, we could have worked through the night. Alright, do we still have a risk of parasites? Yes. So we'll avoid that. We're actually pretty low on food, considering we'll have to go get that deer. He's still hanging out. So we're really only going to make it through today. That parasites risk should clear. Might as well start a fire. Give him some more water going. And I could cook the rest of that bear meat that's outside. So let me go grab that real quick. I think we have a full box of raw bear meat in the back. And the closer we can get to cooking level 5, the closer we are to not having to worry about these parasites in the predator about to go bad anyways, so it's be good to cook it up. Alright, and then just for sake of easy travel, take the box with me up the stairs. Just heaving a big dresser. Here, let me put it right here. Would have probably if it hadn't been for the carcass. Oh, I dropped some venison as well, so it was more than we thought. Oh, I can't move. I'm gonna put all the cooked bear meat under here. So, bear meat cooked, and then that's all venison. And that's the stuff we want to cook. There we go. Alright, start this fire up. He's getting better at starting fires. Two-hour fire. One hour of bear meat. And let's get back to it. 1702. So we might be able to finish this today. But I kind of doubt it. I didn't realize how long this thing takes to make. That'll be the last of our firewood for the project. Two hours to go. How are we looking? Maybe drink a little bit of water. Gotta stay hydrated. It's a complicated task. Okay, risk of intestinal parasites healed, so first thing that we're gonna eat is bear meat. And we're just going to keep that cycle going so that we can at least eat a little bit of this stuff. And I'm going to put it all, the cooked stuff, at the bottom, 69%. This is 66%, so we'll eat that one first. And I think I can eat it right now. Oh, he didn't finish it. So that's kind of a bummer, because I don't know if that'll like reset the, if I eat that, if it counts as eating like 2 full things. I'm not going to risk it. So we just need an hour. Do it like that, and then we'll just let it go. We'll have to do another firewood run, which actually might be good anyways, because we'll get out of the house. 11 hours to go. I'm gonna take all the stuff that's greater than 60%. I'm gonna drop these last 3. We'll put the other stuff outside, and we'll go get some more firewood. And I should leave the venison in here too, so we're not smell. Still have 7 kilos of venison. We've got a good bit of food here to work with. So out the back we go. And we'll leave all this behind. Okay. Got guts on me, but it's cured, so hopefully that doesn't make me smell. I think actually just leave this on the front porch, dude. No decoys. Okay. I can't drop it, and they can't smell it. Alright. I have to go across the street here. Deer's like kind of consistently hanging out front, so that'll be our lunch, next dinner. But I should have probably spent the rest of the afternoon building the wolf coat. I didn't really need to come out here to do this. But I did want to kind of get outside a little bit and just break it up so that we're not forced outside with the cabin fever. Not going to go too far. I'm just going to kind of go to the crest of this hill, see what kind of tree limbs we're working with. I see 3 cedar limbs, and I think I can make a quick little loop, get all those, come back. There's a wolf out there. Try to make sure he stays far away. He is kind of walking this general direction. See if I can keep an eye on him like this. Okay. Bunch of sticks leads up to our last limb up here, and we should have another good round of firewood probably for tomorrow. So maybe I go. It might almost be dark by the time we get in. Alright. I can stand outside and sharpen up this hatchet with the whetstone. That'll be something to do to spend some time outdoors. For some reason I'm thinking that cabin fever has something to do with spending like 12 consecutive hours without going outside. But I don't know if that includes sleeping. I know I've kind of bunkered down at Broken Railroad's maintenance yard before, and woken up with a warning of cabin fever, just because I was like trying to organize the warehouse and set up a base and everything. And lost track of time and spent like days in there, but I never really paid attention to the exact amount of time that triggers that. If you know, let me know in the comments. I'm sure I could look it up, but I try not to like look up information about the game. It's more fun to figure it out. Commit to the adventurous spirit of kind of not knowing everything there is to know and learning from experience. Can save the cliff notes for real world stuff where you gotta learn quick. Okay. We are back with lots of firewood, a little bit more bear meat to cook, and maybe an hour. I'm not even gonna start the fire. I'm just gonna do 1 hour, and then I'm gonna go outside. Maybe I can try one more. Just let it get dark on us. Doesn't really matter. I think it still, uses all the time. Okay. Grab a whetstone. I'm gonna leave the firewood inside so I'm not so heavy. These can actually go up top because that's where the tinder has been living. And what else am I holding? Nothing. I'll grab a steak and head outside with a whetstone. Am I holding one? Holding 2. Okay. Is there another hatchet in here too? No, just... Okay. So it's like dusk. Gonna wait to eat till we go to bed so we don't pull another thing like we did with the bear. And yeah, we'll sharpen this up a little bit. So sharpening skills at 30. Let's see if we can maybe get it to like 50. I'm not sure how safe it is to be standing here on this porch. Like, I don't know if a wolf would jump up and kill you here. I'm hoping that we get at least a little bit of warning, because we're not even like watching the game. Which, if this was actually happening, we'd just be looking out over the banister, admiring the view, and taking care of our tools, and there'd be no way that anything would ambush us here. But it's like I'm doing it with my eyes closed, the way they have it set up. Getting pretty good results from this. I wasn't expecting it to go from like... Okay, there's a wolf barking. Oh, he's taking our deer. Got him. I think we should probably interject. What do you think? Can't see very well. Maybe like right there. Scared him. I don't think I hit him. Yeah, the arrow came up short. Okay. Well, we never had a chance to get him, but I'm gonna go get some firewood and quarter him up because... Ooh, I wonder if we just get brave and do it. What do I have on me? Anything? No. I'm gonna go get one. Yeah. I had a feeling that would be risky. We'll go build a fire next to him. That'll help us spend some time outdoors as well and re-up our venison inventory. Okay. Might as well cook those while we've got the fire going out there. Okay, I'm going to transition to the torch. And we'll start the fire. It's lightly snowing, so we're going to have to keep an eye on the fact of it, or the possibility of it turning to a blizzard. Oh, it looks like he got at it a little bit while we were gone. It was 11.3. Oh no, he didn't need it. That's the problem. Okay. I think they only take like an hour to quarter. Which I believe is going to be shorter than doing it by hand. There's an hour 11. Let's just make it like an hour and a half so we don't... Okay, so those take an hour. And this guy would take... Yeah, just an hour alone just to get the meat, so let's quarter him up. Hour 15. Bring all this stuff. Are we 47? I'll be able to take one more. I'll leave the third one behind. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Gonna get it onto the doorstep. Oh, he's back. Let's get back to our fire and maybe show down with this guy. I think he's pissed that we took his food. Minutes. Let's just do one more. Hey, bud. I think I just scared him. I don't think I killed him or shot him. multiple wolves out here, though. Keep an eye on that. It's getting a little scary. I don't think I was hitting him. Kind of hard to see. Yeah, they were pissed. Kind of sounded like I hit him on that first shot, but I really think I missed all of the shots. Which is fine. Okay, we're gonna go sleep for a few hours, lay down this new, that one's cured, one in and one out. We've got guts to be cured as well. Oops. I did that wrong. I dropped the cured ones. These are all cured. Those are the fresh ones. Alright. So, we do have the risk of parasites still. The venison should be okay. Drink a little bit of water. And just gonna sleep for 8 hours. Use the, doesn't matter if we're tired because I think we'll just be able to finish up today. We're getting close to time though. I mean, 65 hours. I'm going to finish this coat and pretty much be ready to wrap it up. Okay, that's the one last one to cook. It'd be nice to do a couple of these. Problem with leaving the meat outside is that it gets frozen. But I want that in my hands just in case I accidentally eat it. Okay. All right. Just gonna go bring those other ones inside and we'll just get them prepared. They're frozen, so maybe we let them thaw out while we work a little bit. Don't know if we have enough firewood to cook everything anyways. Okay, so spent a couple hours preparing the venison, but we knew we were going to do that eventually. There's not really like a time constraint on building this wolf coat. It's kind of a luxury at this point. Oh, 67% frozen. Yeah, we're gonna let that thaw out. was gonna say, that seems long. Okay. Now, I want all these little ones to be out so that we don't mess that up. And this will eat. Get those out of here. Those are going bad. It's pretty good. Okay. Start a little fire. And we'll just do 3 of them, why not? I'm just gonna hold this torch, and it's basically ruined already, so we'll let it burn out. Okay, 9 hours to go. I don't know if we'll finish tonight, but we'll be done first thing tomorrow, if not. All building our cooking skill. These are only taking 40 minutes, so actually not the most efficient way. Okay, risk of parasites healed, so our next thing will be some bear meat. Probably just go a half hour at a time, and then just pass like past 10 minutes, because then we're actually saving 20 minutes that we were wasting before. Yeah, just do like that. That's a better way to do it. Okay. Get these back now, and put all of our cook stuff. We got quite a bit of food. Okay, 30 minutes is perfect. We put the wood on the fire. 6 hours to go. These ones aren't going to take any time at all. Just whip those right up. 12 minutes. That's an hour, and I think a liter of water is about an hour as well, so we'll do it like that and spend another hour crafting. That's done. That's done. Still got the fire going, so we'll just do another 2-hour fire. And we'll do 2 hours. See how we're looking. Maybe a little bit of water. We got 3 hours to go. I think it's going to get dark on us, but we'll just go for the rest of it here after this water is done. 10 minutes, that's pretty perfect. How are we doing on torches? 3 torches of moderate quality. Can maybe take, yeah, I waited too long. It's fine. Okay, that all worked out pretty well. Load this up before I forget again, so I can go out there and blast over animals' heads. Okay. What did we end up with for firewood? A couple pieces of cedar and a couple sticks. Still have our coal. Alright. We got lots of water and food on us, so let's just see if he'll finish. Come on, Rex. Too dark. 53 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Let's go outside and sharpen up that knife. And use the rest of that whetstone. Clean up the cabin a little bit as well. Oh. One more deer quarter that we forgot about. Lots of cured deer hide. One. We can make the boots. I think our boots that we have are pretty good though. We need more storage in this house. Alright. 81% after a day of sitting inside. What are we holding on to that's heavy? Don't need to be carrying these. Yeah, there's just like no storage. I guess we could use the file cabinet for materials and maybe use the dresser as firewood. We could also just let the firewood on the ground. Since we can't see anything, I'm just going to turn my back to the outside and just be able to go right through the front door if we hear a bark. I'm hoping that we get barked at, not just murdered. Is it taking 5% every time we use the whetstone? Yeah, so we'll just go through this whetstone and then go to bed. Two more. Got eerily quiet. Cool. All right. We need to eat and drink. Put this in here and it'll go away. Still got lots of... We're going to make some more hooks too for fishing. Okay. Bear meat, bear meat, bear meat. 60%. I guess we just eat that one. Risk of parasites is back. I'm going to put as much of the deer meat. Let's see, what's the one? These are all little. Okay. That's a full boat. And we'll eat these little guys. These little nuggets. Might not even be able to get all of them. They're all filled up. That was perfect. All right. Tomorrow's the day. Seems like we avoided cabin fever as well. We've been alive for 19 days, almost 20 days in. I think that was the penalty, right? 20 days. Two days to go. We did pretty good here, guys. Okay. 53 minutes. Tried to drink any water this morning. There it is. From Mariner's Peacoat to Grizzled Mountain Man. We'll keep the peacoat on underneath. And the festive sweater. Alright, a 38% protection bonus. All of our outer material is pretty solid. I wonder if we could even survive a wolf attack at this point. I'm not going to try. That would be silly. But that's about as ruthless as Rex can get right there. I mean, we could double up on the layers, but we built everything, save the boots. Let's see how those boots look. So we got 2.2 and 5% armor, and they weigh 1.5 kilos. I think that the deerskin boots, are way heavier than that. They're 2 kilos, 2.5, 7. They take 12 hours. I guess we could build them. That way everything that we have is pretty much handmade. Yeah, let's do it. We're here. We have all the supplies. What else did I need? I needed like 4 guts, right? I only need 2 deer hide. So can do these in like 3-hour shifts. We'll drink the water. Well, it kind of ended up being like a mystery lake recovery session because we just had so much to do. It wasn't really that we like tried to bunker down and stay here, but we got so many animals and in both materials and food that like we were busy the whole time. Oh, broke a sewing kit. So let's see. An hour and a half would be down to 6. I think that's where we need to be. Just 12.5 hours. I know, it should have been more than that. 2 more. All right. A little bit of water. And we'll go one more time and just go to dark. An hour and a half away. Okay. Trying to think of what else we can do. We can prepare the rest of this. That'll just take a few minutes. And we never walked to the trailer or the lookout, so maybe we go there next and just explore a few more things. We got cooking level 3, carcass harvesting 3, fire starting to 2. We did a little bit of work with the rifle, a little bit of work with the revolver. So it's a pretty good start for Rex. I'd say he's like very well stabilized and ready to push forward on the long haul. He's got great clothing. We're gonna have deerskin boots tomorrow. Cooked the last of that meat, and I mean, the camp office is pretty well stocked for long-term survival. I think if I were to continue this run, I would go locate the technical backpack and the woodworking tools from Ash Canyon. I could probably pick up the crampons there as well. And then we could come back here and build a lot more shelving and stuff. Speaking of which, okay, so these are 10 apiece, and there's 4 of them. So that actually has a 40 kilo capacity, and this is only 20. So it's way better to have the food in here, and we can do fire starting. We can do fire starting. Maybe in the drawer. So I'm just gonna grab all the bear meat. We're just gonna empty this out, and we'll just work from the bottom with stuff that we know we don't want to eat. So there's bear meat. I think that's all the bear meat, right? That's pretty good. And then it doesn't really matter. Yeah. We're able to hold a lot more food. All right. Those are still raw. That's okay. So, yeah, we got like 30 kilos of food, which now that it's cooked, can go back downstairs. And then this little dresser, it kind of protrudes from the... You can just live over here, though. I like to be able to like reach the drawers and then get to the thing. So that's actually works. Like we could grab everything that we need. All right, so in that case, these will go in there. These will go in there. We decided to keep kind of those in there. I mean, most of the stuff can just live in the top shelf until we get more firewood. Yeah, I think I'll want to have these in the bottom. That leaves a little more room for sticks and stuff up here. The coal will come with us when we move. So, all right, I think Oh, we have the risk of parasites. Did we save any food? 82%. Yeah. So we could cook up the last of this tomato soup as well. 35%. Let's eat it. This would be a good time to get food poisoning. So we're safe and sound. The cans are kind of heavy anyways, not compared to the venison, but alright. Okay. 10 hours of sleep. Oh, right at the Aurora. Could have finished the boots. That's okay. Risk of parasites healed, so that seemed faster. Didn't it? Just getting the stomach for it. Okay. Hour and a half. Boom. Done. They're better for everything except weight and sprint. Down to 58% sprint. 22 warmth bonus. So really all we got out of that was 2% protection. We're at 40%. I'm okay with that. They're kind of cool looking. We're not really running from anything at this point. We are well armed and dangerous. Oh, we wanted to make, yeah, firewood as well as materials. So maybe firewood's the top shelf and like all of our pelts and stuff are the bottom. Because this is getting filled up with smaller stuff, so guts and pelts could live on the bottom. And then all that stuff can go back in here. Ended up with tons of gear. And pretty good looking set this downstairs for a second, just kind of see what we've made. I could put the boots here, that'd be cool. A little touch. Maybe some tools in front of them. That's simple, but it's clean. Got a couple pieces of unique artwork from the dam. I really like these posters. I want the full set. I wonder if they're out there. What about this guy? We're just gonna leave him? Just for now. It's not gonna be bothering anybody. I really like how that table sits in there, but that's kind of like the best place for the file cabinet as well. Unless it just sits over here. You just know that that's the food. That's fine. All of this is still curing. Black bear hide is done. I don't think we can do anything with just one though. We needed to get that other. The bearskin coat takes 2, and bearskin bedroll takes 2. It would be nice to make the bearskin bedroll. How long does that take? It's another 17 hours. We'll be done by then. We'll go put it away, and if anyone ends up watching these videos and wants to see more of Ruthless Rex out here in Stalker mode. Can make some challenges and continue his life. Let's see. Got a pretty good kit. I really can't think of anything else that we would want. Got 3 of everything. For tea, got an antiseptic wrap. Could go try our hand at some fishing. But I think we said we wanted to go walk around out to the overlook. I think that's a good idea. Get out of the house for a minute. Go for a little walk. I'm going to leave some of this stuff behind now because we are warm and really aren't going to need this. Out here in Mystery Lake. We can pick it up if we decide to leave town. But these are all our contingencies that we didn't have to use. I'll hold on to the tea. Maybe just like 2 of each of them. Stage these over here so they can get grabbed easy. We had 3 of each. Yeah. Stocked up the kitchen a little bit. Put the rest of the tools away that we don't need to be walking around with. Fishing tackle, extra line. Keep the spray paint. We'll drop this. No. Don't need the stones. We're well armed. Can probably just refill the lantern real quick and leave the rest of it behind. Oh, I think that'll use the rest of it anyways. That's perfect. Yeah. Oh. So it's weird. Like that was a 0. It was empty. Sometimes if you go refill it again, it'll do it. There's like 0.0001 in there or something. It's not like fully empty. Okay. Probably don't need to be carrying around the pry bar, but I always hesitate to drop the like standard kit, which looks like it's about 30 kilos because the revolver is extracurricular. I guess we can leave that behind. I mean, we've got the bow and arrow now. It's time to step up. All right, let's do it. I was going to grab something, but I don't remember what it. All right, it's a decent day. Pretty much know where I'm going. We've got 7 arrows, which is great. He's crafted the bow, got 7 arrows without doing any forging. So I guess, you know, Stalker is, I mean, honestly, it felt like a Voyager run but I think the consequence of making a mistake is greater. Like in Voyager, well, I guess I shouldn't really talk after we saw what happened to Roxy, but in Voyager, it seems like you can get away with stuff, like getting attacked by a bear. You can survive, recover pretty quickly, and basically go about your day. Stalker felt like very, very delicate. I didn't really want to engage any wildlife in an unsafe manner. Not that you really want to anyways, but the start was maybe a little bit harder at the very beginning. Like the loot was really good, but you definitely had to keep moving from place to place. Like if you tried to like bunker down at the community center and like stabilize for a day or something, we probably would have ended up getting in trouble. Just because I think that the food doesn't go as far, maybe. Like it seemed like we were requiring more calories. I don't know how true that is or what the actual like percentage is of how many more calories we consumed, but it definitely seemed like we needed to keep moving for food. And there was a couple times where I was legitimately, prioritizing food over anything else because we were running pretty low. And definitely had to keep moving to find it. But it was pretty easy to get weapons. I guess if you know where to look. We built the bow, but coming from the community center in Pleasant Valley, I knew that there was oftentimes a lot of arrows sticking into that target by the barn between farmhouse and the community center, and sure enough, those were there. And then we just found a bunch of arrows like laying around in random places. The hallways from upper to lower dam always have a couple on the lower difficulty levels, and I guess that is included with Stalker as well, because we saw them stuck into the door, and I think the corpse sitting at the base of the stairs also had a broken arrow. So harvested up those arrowheads, and we ended up with 7 arrows, which is more than enough to be self-sufficient and hunt. As long as you're careful with your shots and pursue your prey if you don't get the kill. And hopefully we'll have a chance to kind of demonstrate some of that before we recover fully and let Rex rest in purgatory. But yeah, it was fun. I'd never played Stalker before. I guess I shouldn't talk like it's over yet, because it's not. But at this point, like if we can't survive, well, a wolf attack with 40%, well, I guess we're still at 30% health, so I retract my statement, because that's still, oh, I almost didn't see that knife sitting right there. That's still a pretty dicey place to be. Like, that's one mistake and we will die. Hey look, a rifle rack. I'm gonna take that with me too. It's kind of crowded in here, like, I think we can, I mean, I'm not gonna stay here, but like, can we just clean this up a little bit. Just get some stuff like set up for so we can move around. It's like a little desk now. A little bench, a little first aid bench. A little rug for your footies. Oh, it looks way better, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay. Nothing really up there. We got a couple good things. So now we can go down and around to the sister tower that's destroyed. Fog is limiting our visibility a little bit, but basically I think it's right over the edge here. And we can kind of I think it's the flag. I heard movement. Saw it on the way up. Am I getting disoriented? Oh, there it is. So, yeah. I'll just try to trundle down here. Shouldn't be too hard to do. There, and just keep it in sight, but then I think we kind of have to go around. Now there was a bear over by Trappers, so he could be anywhere at this point. We never found the rope that would have allowed us to rappel down. I think you have to bring that up there. I don't think you find it up there. I'm gonna try to cut over here. I think I might always do this and it never works. Yeah, got up. Stay high and I might be able to score the path. If I can get above this tree. Oh, I don't think I did. Yeah, I gotta go down. Oh, cool. It let me up. Okay, so I think there's also like a little plane crash over here. I think I'm right at it. It might be one tier lower. Might be one tier higher. Got up here pretty high. Just for the sake of exploring, there's not really anything we need. I could have sworn there was like a maybe like a helicopter fuselage or like a small single engine. I don't see it though. It could be on that cropping down there. And it could also be up there. It's alright. Oh, did I blow my chance to get up there now though? No. Okay. Over here. not cold at all anymore. Middle of the day. Started probably at late morning, so it was worth it to build all the stuff. Alright. Sometimes there's like some stuff worth finding here. Usually a first aid kit that has a few things. Oh, okay, check it out. T-stash in the upper cave. So many rounds holding out on us. Okay, we've been looking for that. That's the cave above our camp office. We'll go there for sure. But before we do that, we'll loop around and go check out those trailers. Although at this point, I think we have the information that we need for the memento boxes. There's the MREs in the dam. Oh, the rope is up here. And that gets mounted right here. We can fix it. Might as well. I don't really know. Like if we want to go down there. I don't think I'm going to. Another deer. He's holding a little bit of meat. It's just a good way to attract the wolves. How much food do we have? We've got plenty of food. Okay, so the rope leading down. We want to go. It might be like directly below us. I was just trying to think if there was a faster way to scramble down there than to. I'm not going to use the rope. It's just going to make us too tired. Although we do have the crampons now, so that'll be a little bit better. But I think coming off of this is where I always get lost. Not really lost, but just not taking the fastest way down. And pretty sure that if we just go the same way that we came up and then cut into that gully, we'll be at the bottom of the rappel. This looks like it could be a little shortcut. Can't say I've ever done this before. Looks maybe a little sketchy. I don't know, I can get down right here. Okay, there's a wolf running around down there. It kind of looked like he was making his way towards us. Let's scoot my way down. I don't smell, but it doesn't seem to matter. Okay, there's the rappel, so we just skirted our way right around that. And it's starting to feel a little bit exposed out here. Not exactly sure if I go left or right. I think it's more to the right. This is the clear cut. Yeah, that's like down. So I think our little cabins that we're looking for are over here. And then the quick way, or maybe not the quick way back, but would be just to backtrack. and scamper up that hill. I think I'm walking into like direct wind. It's just punishing. So we still have a bit of time, as long as the wind doesn't stop us or start pushing us backwards. We can stop at the trailer here and check out these 3 trailers. I guess we can just pick up the gear until we're heavy. I picked up some books and stuff. I don't need to bring that back to the cabin, but honestly, the firewood is kind of more valuable to me than anything else at this point, except for maybe the food. I've got so much gear over at the camp office. Might just leave a stash over here in these. It's just painfully slow. These 3 trailers and come back to them sometime. This is a spot where you can tend to see the bear, like patrolling this little clear-cut area in this meadow, and I've seen him on this road. The wind is a major bummer. Alright. We made it to... So I think once we are ready to leave, we can go up the hill here. And that loops us back over to the other side. The logging camp. We'll just kind of do a clean sweep of everything. And then we'll put it all in one cabin. Clear the junk. Just quickly looking, I mean, there could be like a stim hiding somewhere, potentially, but I don't really care that much. Oh, that's a nice thing to find found. That was the first of those that we found all game. It's in pretty rough shape right now, but I'll probably go next door and fix them up a little bit. Windbreaker. It's kind of too cold to wear the windbreaker on Voyager, and Pilgrim. It's like my favorite jacket to wear because it's kind of the best bang for your buck in terms of warmth and mobility. No sprint penalty. Ooh, this one's occupied. Crawled in here empty-handed. Must not have had much of anything to work with because there's food in here, there's clothing next door. Just kind of gave up. Fishing tackle. Alright. One more. We'll make that one our spot. Got very heavy all of a sudden, I think. hearing a lot of scary sounds. It's funny, I left all the coffee because like now would have been a good time to drink some of it. I guess I picked up a can, I could make some. But keep the walk going, avoid getting tired. Clear the junk. I think I really just want to take the firewood home. Alright. Cargo pants are cool. Combat pants are the ones you want. Alright, let's set this up a little bit. Put this one here. Oops. Just kind of get this out of the way. And another plastic box up here as well. Just for some extra storage or to separate. Let's see what we ended up with. 47 kilos. Don't need the books. Don't need the fire log. The thing weighs a ton. I mean, the windbreaker would have been nice, but it's too cold to wear it on Stalker. Guess we could leave a couple of flares over here. And what else did we find? Found an extra hunting knife. That's pretty much it. Can leave this curing. Don't need it. We have backup at the house anyways. At 39, so we're actually still a little heavy. Take this back and keep that one. Firearm cleaning kit. Flashlight is basically useless. I'm really not planning on like reading these books, so I can stay behind. Extra spray paint. And once we eat some food, we should be pretty good. So I'm not cold, and I'm not too tired. I'm just gonna have a quick bite. Lose some of the weight with the food we picked up. Like this tea doesn't really weigh anything, but we can leave some of it behind. I mean, it's like negligible, just to bring it with us. Alright, so now we gotta figure out how to get out of here. Hopefully the weather will hold out for us. It looks like it will. Logging camp. Yeah, I think I can go up and over right here. And if nothing else, we're walking with our back to the wind. Starting to get a little bit tired now. Should have brought the coffee. I go up this little ridge. And I'm trying to imagine where this is going to put us out. I basically want to aim kind of straight ahead of how I'm pointing now. But there's a couple of like valleys, I think, to pass over, and it's easy to get turned around. Keep my windproof flare in hand because the weather is a little aggressive. And if we get caught out in a blizzard here, he says as the blizzard comes in. It could get a little scary. Okay, I think I just went up and over. Like, that's the road still, so I'm probably just... Okay, I see the destroyed lookout. And this is actually good. I can stay up this high. I just don't want to lose all visibility because I will inevitably get turned around. Oh, okay. This is the little gully between the two. That's actually the road. There's the rope. I think we kind of nailed it. We might be cliffed out here, but we can easily hop down. And then we just have to remember that there was a wolf on patrol over here. But now I get a little confused because down there, I think I just keep going across one more. That's a mistake I usually make. Yeah, it is the lake, or the frozen creek bed. Staying completely warm. Clothing was worth it. Eventually we'll have to confront the wolves. Alright, this is a turning point. We'll go this way. And that wolf is coming at me. Now walking into the wind. There's two of them kind of scurrying towards me. They either took the long way around to get me or they were looking at something else. It's going to be a slow walk getting back to the camp office because I think he's going after the rabbit. Yeah. Watch him get that rabbit. Got him. Hug this. Try to stay out of the wind as much as possible. I don't think it's working. That was a pretty good lap. I think we saw most of the rest of the major stuff. If we are not recovered today, I think we might have 2 days left. But we'll go up the hill and get that memento box from the cave on top of the cliff as well. We could also clear out the cabin on the other side of the lake. There's a few things we could do for some housekeeping. slightest bit cold. Cool. Made it. Could put the firewood away. Oh, that's it. That's all she takes. Put the coal back in my hands. Oh, there's one short of the old man's liking. Just gonna get 2 of those. Okay. Coal's probably gonna weigh down this whole. Yeah, it's like everything. Take those out and put them on display. And a couple cool things. Yeah, we got that. That'll help a lot. Let's just put these stuff on display as well. Does this move? Oh yeah, maybe we put that here. And then this could be a good place for the rifle. There's the front door. Front door is right there. It's kind of like centered. A little bit inconspicuous, isn't it? It's okay. Hey, we got the flare gun over here too, so. We ended up with quite a bit of ammunition. Weaponry. That can come out as well. Just put all of our tools out on display. I left the other knife over there. Oh, that was my only hacksaw. Flare gun ended up with quite a few shells. This stuff will live upstairs, kind of clean the area. If we get an Aurora, we can play the radio. Just get rid of that. Never figured out how to move those around. Might be able to use the broom or something, but alright. Holding on to the pair of boots. What else did I pick up? Got... That's fresh. That's fresh. Step outside to do this. Needed one more. Forgot to grab it. Got dark. All right, how are we looking? 7 hours. We're gonna wake up and we will have done it. So I think I'll play one more day just so, because I don't think he's gonna wake up with full health. I'm gonna go to sleep right now, and we'll see how he wakes up, and then we'll recap the run and make sure that Rex is all set for a future adventure. Yeah, I'll probably skip the food poisoning potential just to give him best chance at success. And let's go ahead and sleep for 8. We'll wake up and see what he looks like. Oh, cool. It's an Aurora too, so cheated death penalty is over. And yeah, so he still has the 30%. This is cool. It's like a celebration. Lights are going off. Radio's ready to crank. The celebration of Ruthless Rex with a successful run through Stalker from the Triple Death Challenge. What does this say? That's very bright. We'll be expecting their return this winter, but end results remain unknown. I hope to gather additional data on this phenomenon next spring. Continued logging could be a factor to consider. Interpret that as you will. Happy day for Rex. I think now I'm gonna go back to bed to the sweet sounds of jazz on the radio. And I'll try to sleep for 10 and see how I'm looking when I wake up. Okay, so we've recovered a little bit of health, so this will be our last day on the challenge. Yeah, I'll fix these. Make sure we've got quality clothing. So let's take all this cloth and all this leather. We'll go outside for this. Repair the socks. Repair those socks too. Worn jeans takes 30 minutes. Our little coat, an hour and a half. We probably should have eaten something with that. Go grab some. Maybe grab some food. What do we have here? This is all pretty rough stuff. I don't want to have to deal with food poisoning on our last day. So we'll drink these. And actually just put these away. A couple of these. Yeah, I don't think you even finished that one. Let's carry an extra one around with us. A little bit extra water. And finish fixing up our clothing. I don't even want to wear that anymore. It's worth 1 degree, but I'm not going to bother fixing it. Everything's looking pretty solid. Okay, one last mission. Famous last words. Let's go get the memento on the top of the hill. So you can get up here and avoid both of the ropes. I'll kind of show you once we get up there. But the tricky part is to not get too high too early. Tempted to walk up that ridge line there because you can, but the trick is to stay low down here, and then you head up kind of the second round of trees as you come across this section right here. So you don't actually go up that shoulder. Stay low through the trees here. And then I think we go around the corner here. No, that's wrong. It must be up here. So it's not the first hill, but the second one. Yeah, and you can kind of see it like makes a path for you. It's not at the top of the mountain like you might imagine it. But instead it's right here. So you can get lost in there and end up coming around, and next thing you know you're looking at the railroad tracks again and you're like, what? What did I do? Never found the Polaroid. There's probably some random corpse somewhere that's holding the Polaroid. Could be in here, who knows? Oh, look at this, there's a bow. Looks like he was reading about how to use it. Hey, and look at that, there's the Polaroid. That looks like it's from the overlook. Could go back there, I guess. Doesn't take too long to get over there. And we can't forget the stash box. The whole reason that we came up here. See anything else? Couple of rounds. What was he talking about? Flares. Couple of flare shells. Well, we came and we saw it. Actually, it was totally worth it because we got a bow and the Polaroid, which I was just thinking about as we walked up here, that we never actually stumbled across that. The last place we would have looked about going on a scavenger hunt for some random corpse laying in the woods that we probably never would have found. Let's go take the Polaroid survey, and that'll probably put us pretty close to the evening. And we'll just follow our footsteps back. We can follow them. I lost track of them. That's okay. This checkpoint at the cabin and drop off the stuff that we found. Just so that we're not walking around heavy. So, got rifle ammo, and we picked up some flare shells. Those really need their own little box. They're starting to get pretty crowded up here. We had the furniture, woodworking tools. Okay, that bow's worth 55, and then the other one's 98, so let's keep the good one. I think this is the one we found anyways, because we've only taken one shot with our bow, so it makes sense that it would be 98. It's kind of the evening. Better hustle over there and drop off all the firewood. which I think is pretty much maxed out. Yeah. Those books need to go away. Too bad we didn't go up there first. We wouldn't have had to go back, but doesn't matter, I guess. Alright, we're back to being underweight. We do have some energy drink that we can have. Nothing really excessive. We don't need that cloth. And yeah. Hopefully the weather will hold out so that we can survey it. I think our condition is actually improving as we just exist. Could probably even drink the birch tea and see how that works. It's cold, but we're not. So restore condition. He's at, this will be our highest condition of the day. What am I trying to look at? 57%. Let's see where we get. We might not be able to survey. It's a bit cloudy, a bit snowy. Probably noticed throughout the run there's a few things I never touched, like the acorns and the burdock root. The burdock root is like, to me, is kind of like a emergency fund food. But mostly I just don't like how long the animation takes to like chop it down. Just feels like you're kind of stuck there. And then it's really no better than a couple of cattails, so unless you really, really need it, I'll pass right over those. And then the acorns are fine. You can cook them up, and if you collect a bunch of them, they make for good food. You can also use them to like make a lure for fishing that supposedly gives you a better percentage of catching bigger fish. And then you can also, if you have the heavy hammer, smash them down and then make a coffee with them. So those are definitely worth picking up, but I just never really felt compelled to stop for them because we had kind of like graduated past needing something like that by the time there was enough of them around for them to be useful. So they're just there for future use or whatever. I stopped picking up the rose hips and most of the mushrooms as well. Like, we were very well stocked, and it's nice to like if you're gonna play a round or a run where you know you're gonna be moving, like back and forth between regions, there's like one of two strategies that I'll use. The first is to just try to like loot out the entire map. Let's see if this works. That's a pretty cool view. I think it'll let me. Cool. Got like the whole top half of the map. But anyways, like loot out the whole region and then stash it all in one or two like main bases. And that way, anytime you're passing through and you're short on supplies, you can go into your base and re-up. Which for like a long run is, I think, a good strategy unless you have to keep moving for the sake of survival. The full panoramic view up here. The other is to just kind of get a good base of supplies, materials, and collect enough to, you know, hold a decent kit. Like we have like 3 of each, or, you know, 5 of the raw materials in your hands will usually allow you to survive from point to point. You might want to double that recipe if you're on Interloper planning to go for a big walk. But then when you kind of traverse back and forth across the regions and you're coming back, you can always stumble upon new, like fresh materials that are still out in the wild. So you can be like, you know, wandering to new areas or transitioning through areas that that are like common landmarks to pass by, and then you don't have to be carrying so much on your person. You just grab them while you're there, and then prepare them when you're in a safe spot. So mostly we just had enough of everything, especially because Rex's run is basically done here. I don't have really anything left to do. We just got to get one more night's sleep and get the full recovery, so we can check that box, and we'll let him sit in his camp office, his makeshift home in the quiet apocalypse. It was a lonely run, but made better with your company. So really appreciate you guys tuning in and following along with the adventures. Let me know. Oh, you know what I want to do real quick is go get. Let me know if you want to see an interloper run. I don't know what I would do on an interloper run, because I don't think I'm good enough for like a triple death challenge on interloper. I could try. I could give it the old college try. I think you have to be pretty lucky to make it work. But if we got a good spawn, I'd probably want to. I don't think you can pick your spawn location on interloper, so that would enable us to put Ash Canyon as a possibility. With the previous 3 challenges that we did here on the Rex Rumplebee channel, we started in Ash Canyon and then did the triple death 3 times, or the cheat death, excuse me, 3 times. And then on the 3rd one, we went to a faraway, safe location, which I guess compromises the difficulty a little bit because you're kind of supposedly starting in a easier place to get established, but I think it makes it more challenging to not know where you're going, and then you just have to work with it. So that's why I do it that way. So I guess on Interloper, if we had a good spawn, like I could think about starting in like Ash Canyon or something, might be able to do it. So maybe I give it a try. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. We're gonna. So what did we get any condition out of that? Yeah, 57 to 64%. So we actually got like 7% condition just by drinking that tea. Kind of cool. Trying to think if there's any last thing to do before we put Rex to bed and call it a wrap. There was that gear over at those shoreside cabins, but I mean that would just be like shuttling gear for the sake of shuttling gear. There's really nothing over there that we need. We are fully set. Rex ended with 40% protection bonus, 23 degrees Celsius warmth bonus. He's not sprinting anywhere, but he doesn't really need to, does he? Got all the tools, found both of the firearms. We've made a bow. Had a ton of arrows available to us. And I guess we never found a heavy hammer. We never did any forging. We never did any ammo, like gunsmithing. But from Pleasant Valley to Mystery Lake was all it took. And there were a number of ways we could have gone. I thought about going to Ash Canyon for a minute to get the backpack, but it just didn't seem necessary because we had so much gear. I mean, there was really just so much gear. So, yeah, it was good. It was a good run. The wolves were definitely, like, pursuing us. I never really felt like I was being hunted, although there were a couple instances where they did some weird things that I didn't fully understand. Like, it almost seemed like they were flanking me at times. And then when they got the deer and we put the deer away, or when we scared him away from the deer that he killed, they definitely seemed pissed about it. They came back a lot, and we kind of had to like fight them off so that we could harvest that carcass. So that was kind of interesting. I have to look back at some of our episodes and see what else kind of upped the difficulty, but I mean, I died on the Voyager challenge. Spoiler alert. Roxy didn't make it. And it was kind of a dumb death. It wasn't really like, you know, I just stepped too close to the live wires, and with 0% health, you can't, or 30% health, you don't have a chance to fix that. We were dead before we even knew what was happening. I don't even think it popped up on the screen. If it did, it was so brief that it was over before we could do it. I don't know why this isn't disappearing. It's empty. But we didn't really die because it was hard. We died because we got greedy with our exploration and got ourselves into a situation where one mistake will cost you your life, and we made that mistake. With the Stalker run here, we didn't really make any critical errors, but it didn't really seem like we were challenged that much with like fierce weather or like super violent and aggressive animals. I was expecting to maybe get pursued a little more aggressively by the wildlife based on the description of the game mode, but yeah, it ended up being not so bad. I'm just gonna put him to bed, and it'll probably be dark when we wake up, but maybe I'll just pass some time so that we can say goodbye in the daylight. So I think that's pretty much it, folks. It's been a good one. Try to do the episodes a little bit longer so that you can fall asleep to it or just have it playing in the background. That's what I like to do with a lot of these runs that I see, that I watch from some of the other players. And throw in a few tips here and there if you're new to the game. I found this game on Steam, playing it on PC with an Xbox controller, and I found it was like served to me for like $3 or something like that. And I was like, well, for $3, like, I'll try it. Absolutely. It sounds like a cool concept. I liked the looks of the artwork. And, however many hours later, here we are, like, on YouTube doing some challenges of some of the hardest combinations of difficulty that you can do. So it's been a lot of fun playing this game. I highly encourage you to go get it. Support Hinterland Studios and all the developers that brought this thing to life, because I personally think this is almost a perfect game. Check it out for yourself, see what you think. But guys, thanks so much for spending your time with me. We'll leave Rex here with an open-ended agenda. Leave some comments if you want to see him continue the Stalker run, go somewhere else, do something else, find a coveted item that's on the map, or if you've got any ideas to challenge him, then that would be super cool. But as you can see, we made it. Full health, all the bars are in the green, and Rex is happy and healthy with quite the setup here at Camp Office in Mystery Lake. So you guys take it easy out there. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And we'll catch you on the next one.